السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ ان الحمد للہ وکفیٰ والصلاة والسلام علی نبی المصطفیٰ وبعد۔ ناظرین اکرام، ماشاءاللہ میں آپ کی خدمت میں حاضر ہوں۔ اس وقت ہم کوراڈن اسٹوڈیو میں ہیں ماشاءاللہ، اور یہاں سے آج جو ہے میں آپ کے سامنے بہت ہی اہم اپڈیٹس دینا چاہتا ہوں، اور جو ہے آپ کے سامنے جو لیٹسٹ سچویشن ہے وہ رکھنا چاہتا ہوں۔ اب یہ کہہ لیجئے ایک لحاظ سے پینک موڈ ہے۔ This is the time of panic, literally, because we are, the way they call it, at 11th hour. In fact, even 11th hour's last leg we are in right now. تو ابھی جو ہے آخری گھڑیاں ہیں، اور آج افطار پر جو ہے رمضان کی انتہا ہو جائے گی، اور اس کے بعد جو ہے پھر کب جو ہے دوبارہ آپ حضرات سے اس طریقے سے ملاقات ہو، کب نہ ہو، واللہ اعلم۔ مجھے کافی انفارمیشن آج دینی ہے، کافی باتیں میں آپ کے سامنے رکھنا چاہتا ہوں، اور کافی اپڈیٹس دینا چاہتا ہوں۔ تو میری گزارش ہوگی کہ ہو سکے تو یہ پروگرام کو توجہ انہماک کے ساتھ سنیے گا۔ سب سے پہلے تو ناظرین اکرام، ماشاءاللہ جو جس حساب سے اس رمضان میں الخیر فاؤنڈیشن کی اپیلیں چلی ہیں، اور دنیا بھر سے جو الخیر کو ریکگنیشن اور رسپانس ملا ہے، وہ ہم نے کبھی سوچا بھی نہیں تھا کہ اس لیول کے اوپر ہوگا۔ اگرچہ میری ٹرکی کی ٹیم، مڈل ایسٹ کی ٹیم، وہ مجھے کئی سال سے اس بات کے اوپر انکریج کر رہے تھے کہ ہمیں انگلینڈ سے ہٹ کے اور ممالک کے اوپر فوکس کرنا چاہیے۔ کئی سال سے وہ مجھے اس بات پر وہ کر رہے تھے کہ ٹھیک ہے، مطلب یعنی انڈونیشیا سے کچھ سپورٹ آتا ہے، ملیشیا سے آتا ہے، یعنی پھر بھی ہمیں جو ہے کچھ نہیں تو سال کا جو ہے 5-7 ملین 8 ملین ڈالر سال کا جو ہے ڈیفرنٹ کنٹریز سے آتا تھا۔ سال کا جو ہے کسی سال جو ہے 8-10 ملین ہو گیا، کسی سال 7-8 ملین ہو گیا، کسی سال 5-6 ملین ہو گیا۔ تو اس طریقے سے ماشاءاللہ ہر دفعہ ہمارے پاس ڈیفرنٹ کنٹریز سے آتا تھا۔ لیکن میری مڈل ایسٹ کی ٹیم یہ کہتی تھی کہ آپ جو ہے یعنی وہ دوسری کنٹریز کو آپ نے آؤٹو پائلٹ پہ رکھ رکھا ہے، اور آپ کا پورا فوکس یو کے پر ہے۔ آپ تھوڑا سا فوکس ذرا اور دوسری طرف بھی کریں گے تو جو رسپانس آپ کو یو کے سے مل رہا ہے وہی رسپانس آپ کو اور کنٹریز سے بھی مل پائے گا۔ میرا اس میں یہ کہنا تھا کہ ہم یو کے ڈونرز کو مینیج کر لیں، وہی مطلب ایک فل ٹائم رسپانسبلٹی ہے، اور جو ہے یہ کہہ لیجئے کہ اپنا ان کو فیڈ بیک پہنچانا، ہر ایک پروجیکٹ ڈیلیور کرنا، یہ وہ سارا تو ٹائم وائز اور بیک اینڈ ٹیم جو ہے اس کو میں مزید ایکسپینڈ کرنے کے فیور میں نہیں تھا۔ آہستہ آہستہ یہ ہوا کہ لاسٹ 2 ایئرز میں ماشاءاللہ ہماری جو ٹرکی کی ٹیم ہے انہوں نے اور امپورٹنٹ اور اسٹریٹجک اور جو ہے سینئر لیول کے رولز پلے کرنے شروع کیے۔ حالانکہ ہماری ٹیم ٹرکی میں بھی، مڈل ایسٹ میں بھی اور یو کے میں بھی اتنی ہی ہے جتنی اب سے 2 سال پہلے تھی، بلکہ اس سے کم ہے جو ہے، اور جتنی اب سے یہ کہہ لیجئے 5 سال پہلے ہماری جو ٹیم تھی یو کے اندر، اب جو ہے آلموسٹ اس کی ہاف کے قریب ہے، جو ہے آلموسٹ 50%۔ تو یعنی پہلے سے ہم کافی اکونومیکل ہو گئے، جو ہے ٹیم کو کافی کم کیا ہم نے، اور جو یہ کہہ لیجئے کہ ماشاءاللہ کاسٹ افیکٹو، ٹائم افیکٹو طریقے سے جو ہے ہم نے کام کیا ہے ماشاءاللہ۔ تو الحمدللہ جو ہے اس رمضان میں کیا، بلکہ جو ہے جب سے یہ غزہ کی ایمرجنسی ہوئی ہے تب سے جو ہے خدا کی طرف سے ایسا کرنا ہوا کہ سب سے پہلے اگر کسی آرگنائزیشنز کی لاریز اور ٹرکس اندر داخل ہوئے ہیں تو وہ الخیر فاؤنڈیشن کے داخل ہوئے ماشاءاللہ سب سے پہلے، اور جو ہے آہستہ آہستہ یہ باتیں نیوز کوریج کے اندر آنے لگیں، الجزیرہ نیوز میں اور ڈیفرنٹ نیوز آؤٹ لیٹس پہ یہ باتیں آنے لگیں۔ اس کی وجہ سے جو ہے جو ہمارے آلریڈی پارٹنر آرگنائزیشن تھے انٹرنیشنل، جن کی طرف سے ہمیں سال کا 5-7 ملین 8 ملین ڈالر آتا تھا، جو ہے ان میں سے کافی جو ہے وہ ایکٹیو ہوئے، اور انہوں نے کہا کہ اس غزہ کے اوپر ہم سیریسلی کام کرنا چاہتے ہیں۔ میں نے ان سے کہا کہ آپ ایسا کریں کہ मैं टर्की ऑफिस में और कायरो ऑफिस में जो टीम है वो आपको डायरेक्ट कनेक्ट कर देता हूँ, उनसे आप डायरेक्ट कम्युनिकेशन करें, नंबर 1। नंबर 2, जो परचेसिंग होगी स्टॉक की, सामान की जो परचेसिंग होगी, उसके लिए आपकी टीम आए कायरो, आकर के आप परचेसिंग में शामिल हों और जो है उसकी पैकेजिंग को आप ओवरसी करें। जो है वो पैलेट्स जो लॉरी में जा रहे हैं वो आपके सामने हों और वो लॉरी अंदर दाखिल हो, उस लॉरी के कागजात आपके पास हों। इससे बढ़कर के ट्रांसपेरेंसी और क्या हो सकती थी? What could have been more transparent way to deliver aid into Gaza, saying to our partner organizations that you come to Cairo, you get involved in purchasing, we can work together to find the suppliers, basically. You can find supplier, we can find supplier, and at the end of the day, it's your decision to which supplier you want to go with. You get involved in purchasing, so you are fully aware of the cost of and everything. You get involved in the logistics with the contracts of the companies and so on. And basically, the packaging of your stuff is done in front of your eyes. You observe there. You want to bring your team members, you want to get involved with packaging, by all means, but you should be there. When your pallets go in the lorry, and the lorry is sealed, you should be there at that time. You are given basically the documents of that lorry, of that basically approval and so on. And subhanallah, then you are given update of when your lorry has entered and how far it has reached and so on. What could have been more transparent way than this? Now, I said this to reduce the burden of my team, that rather than my team doing buying and purchasing for everybody and trying to convince the partners to buy from here or buy from there and so on, why not we share the responsibility? So because of time and because of transparency, that's what I say to partners. So subhanallah, as a result of that, many other organizations started to approach us. And many more donors, businessmen and so on from around the world, they started to contact us, to the extent that there was the need for our team members to travel to certain countries. Certain countries, they traveled for a few days, they met basically the interested parties. We did not basically contact anybody else ourselves unless we were contacted and they asked for a meeting and so on. And alhamdulillah, as a result of that, so many donors, international donors came on board. And subhanallah, everybody's stock was going into Gaza. Some of the stock took about maybe 2 to 3 weeks, depending on the consignment of the lorry. And this was mainly medical stock. Our shelter stock took almost a month because it had metal pipes and this and that. But at the end of the day, once first lorry was allowed in one day, and then next day they allowed 4 lorries, and then next day they allowed 12, 13 lorries. So mashallah, 17 lorries went in within 3 days. So alhamdulillah, you can say the delivery has been very swift, mashallah, and the request from partner organizations continued to increase. Can you believe right now, myself and my team are chock-a-block. Literally, we don't have time to take telephone calls. We don't have time to take any new partner requests at this moment. Those who wants to deliver basically before Eid and so on. Why we are chock-a-block, mashallah, a consignment of 37 lorries altogether in one go, departing from our Cairo warehouse, mashallah. Since yesterday till today, the loading is done. Today, they departed to the border. and hopefully, inshallah, this is basically not Eid gift packs or like that. This is general food items and so on. This is basically keeping in mind that everybody will send aid into Gaza during Ramadan, but after Ramadan, many organizations will disappear. So we want to continue with aid supplies into Gaza on bigger than Ramadan scale, on larger than Ramadan scale. So subhanallah, whatever basically number of lorries we have sent in Ramadan, we want to send more than that in Shawwal and every month after that. And for that, mashallah, 37 lorries departing, mashallah, from Cairo. So just imagine packaging of those 37 lorries. And subhanallah, these 37 lorries is from two parties only. 27 lorries from one party and 10 lorries from one party. But sourcing everything to satisfactory manner, and one of the party is a government's Waqf ministry. So not easy to tackle, not easy to deal with. But mashallah, there is such confidence and trust between that Waqf ministry and Al Khair Foundation, mashallah, amazing. Why? Because we work with partners as they are Al Khair. We communicate with them as they are our own team. We don't differentiate anything between partners and so on. Likewise, up to Ramadan, basically, those people who sponsored full lorry, medical or so and this and that, we invited them to Cairo. In Ramadan, we were busy with partner organizations, but prior to Ramadan, individual donors, we invited them to Cairo, mashallah, to look at their basically stock and observe their delivery and so on. So mashallah, that's how, brothers and sisters, that work has been done, and that's how Al Khair work has expanded amazingly, mashallah. Subhanallah, brothers and sisters, by mid of Ramadan, when I did calculation, our delivery crossed $17 million. Our delivery cost $16 million, 16.5 or $16.7 million, basically, and $17 million was the income. And I announced at that time that 90% of the donation has been delivered. Remaining 10% is under delivery. So mashallah, that's when we thought of launching the target of $30 million, mashallah. And alhamdulillah, I'm happy to say that as this morning, latest one I have to work yet, basically as this morning, we reached 27 million. So the target you must have seen maybe 26 million or 26.5 million, but 27 million we have reached as of this morning, mashallah. And I'm starting to get updates from different countries, mashallah. Subhanallah, Kenya office received large donations for Gaza, for local distribution and so on. Indonesia received very large donation for Gaza, mashallah. So these things adds on, inshallah, and we will announce latest figure at a later stage, inshallah. So amazingly, mashallah, people have donated so far, not only general public, but more importantly, organizations, and more important than that, government ministries have donated to Al Khair Foundation, mashallah. They have done all the due diligence work and so on, and they have done basically all the checks and so on, and they're keeping very tight control on our deliveries. They're keeping very close eye on our basically process and so on, mashallah. One promise is mine to every single donor, that whatever amount you have donated, especially for Gaza, whatever amount you have donated, especially for Gaza, 100% of that, number one, will reach people of Gaza. Second, especially for Gaza, what I mean is the gift aid amount also. The remaining gift aid amount, basically when you process gift aid, there are some charges to process gift aid. Let's say if you did appeal through Just Giving, then Just Giving basically will deduct a percentage from the gift aid, and then they will pass you. So after taking out any charges, whatever gift aid amount is, we will send that also to Gaza. So one thing I would like to clarify for the peace of mind of everybody, and our donors knows this, I don't need to clarify in reality, but just mentioning. Let's say if somebody have donated £1,000, and in that £1,000, let's say you have sponsored, for example, 40 food packs, right? By cargo, or 50 packs, or whatever you have sponsored. So whatever is the remaining amount from that £1,000 plus the gift aid, if there is any remaining amount, that will also reach Gaza. And right now, any surplus from any project in Gaza, for Gaza project, we are shifting that into shelters, into tents. So every single of our donor, mashallah, you can be assured that whatever amount you have raised, whatever amount you have donated, 100% of that will reach people of Gaza, including the gift aid of it, inshallah. And as I said, that any surplus, so let's say if you donated for food pack, then we're charging £62.50 for food pack, and there is a couple of quid remaining from that. Those few pounds will go towards shelter. Yeah, ideally, it should go towards food pack, ideally, but right now, shelter is greater need in Gaza, and unless you give shelter to people, how they're going to protect themselves? So it's very dire situation over there. So subhanallah, looking at all this, alhamdulillah, Al Khair Foundation has become one of the best partner organization in the world to deliver aid supplies into Gaza. Subhanallah, we transfer funds from UK directly to companies from which we are purchasing the goods, the food supplies, the medical items, the Eid gift packs, clothing, blankets, tents, whatever, including the logistics. We are transferring funds from UK. Right? Some people, they ask basically that because it's right kind of an open secret, that in Egypt is becoming very difficult for organizations to process and to continue, and they have to give lots of bribery. Number one, anybody who hints or who try to basically connect us with bribery, we're going to come very heavy against you, very, very heavy against you, because we have very strict anti-bribery policy, number one. Number two, our agreements with these logistic companies are going as far as 2016, 2017, 2018. We have basically annual contracts with them, so we are not new client to them. Right? We are not new client. Yes, there is inflation, and because of the inflation, every year few percentage price will go high. Sometimes could be 5%, sometimes could be 10, 20%. Sometimes there is a difference because of currency exchange and so on. But if anybody try to accuse us that we're paying bribery, we're going to take very heavy action against you. You could become homeless. I'm telling you, don't take it lightly. You could become homeless because of that. And there are people that we have taken action. So while alhamdulillah, 99.99% people trusting Al Khair Foundation, but one or two individuals try to give this hint that maybe Al Khair is giving bribery. There is one organization, and it's a very famous organization, and many celebrities are involved with that organization. And with due respect to these celebrities, because these celebrities doesn't know the reality, right? That organization hired a number of trucks, lorries, right? The lorries with compartment where you close the doors. They hired those trucks, right? I have footage of 3-4 different occasions of them. I have footage of quite long footage for at least 2 of those occasions, but partially footage for other 2 occasions. And I'm the witness to it, right? This big organization, they hired lorries. Lorries came to the area where there was a stock. We were there. In front of us, they put only 2 rows of the boxes at the lorry, just to show that entire lorry is full, but there were only 2 rows of the boxes. And again, I'm speaking not only as a witness, but as someone who have evidence of it, right? Video evidence and testimonies, basically. So they put basically those 2 rows of the boxes. There were massive banners on both sides of the lorry. They closed the door, and they made huge dua over there, very powerful appeal. Brothers and sisters, your donation going towards Gaza. Look at these lorries fully loaded. They are going, while all the lorries were empty, right? They recorded this right in front of me, right? Those lorries departed from the storage section, a storage area. I wouldn't call it a warehouse, but a storage area. Those 4 lorries departed, and they made dua, crying and so on, and very powerful appeal, and lorries going to Gaza, bye-bye, mashallah. And those lorries went, they took footage from the drone and so on. And it was massive ground, so a couple of 100 yards that those lorries stopped, switched the cameras off. Those lorries come back, they open the door, remove the boxes, put those boxes back on the stock, right? Remove the banners, and off they go. And as a cheeky, not that we use that footage, but I just then put Al Khair banner on that lorry, and I sent them that footage. That same lorries you said gone to Gaza are right now with Al Khair banner. Who is truth here? Right? So this has happened right in front of my eyes. How you can say what state you need to be in to do such acts of, I would say, fraud in front of chairman of another organization, you know. And subhanallah, while we were there, the day this happened, one day before of this thing happened, our lorries entering into Gaza was covered by Al Jazeera News. So I'm talking about end of October here. Al Jazeera News did coverage of our basically lorries entering into Gaza. And the next day, these guys doing like this. And I told them, I said, look, you can work with us. Our lorries are entering into Gaza. I know it's difficult, but our lorries entering. So this is the footage. I think this was on 28th of October or 24th of October, something like that. Basically, towards the end of October this was. But next day of this, that has happened. Now, here is the thing. I came back to UK, and many UK masajids were supporting Al Khair Foundation at that time. Right? And these are mainly Gujarati-speaking masajids. Guess what they said to those masajids? They said to them, and this information coming to me slowly, that's why I'm just opening right at this moment. They, they said to the masajids that Imam Qasim showing lorries going basically towards Rafah, he is hiding lorries and putting his banner on it. There is no aid supply in it. A crime that they have done themselves in front of my eyes, but little they knew that I have video and photographic evidence of that. A crime they did, and I'm not going to leave them on this. I don't want to make it public, but I'm not going to leave them on this. Yeah. So with due respect to the influencers and high-profile personalities, because they don't know about this. Yeah. And in Ramadan, obviously, I didn't have full information of what they've been saying and this and that. But I got a copy of the WhatsApp messages, one of their senior accusing Al Khair Foundation like that. So we take these things very seriously. Now, when this happened, subhanallah, some of their team members, then later on, basically couple of months, 2 months after our warehouse, they copied our warehouse type thing, and they had another warehouse, which basically was 2 months after us. They took another warehouse, and they departed huge convoy of lorries from their warehouse. So I was satisfied that, okay, alhamdulillah, at least now they are working good. They are working fine. And so such a huge convoy going. Until basically very recently, one of their team members sent me the footage of that organization who was part of the team at that time. Maybe he still is part of the team, he or she, whatever you want to call it. Send me the footage that all that convoy was a scam. There were just few lorries with stuff. A majority of the lorries were not even quarter of the stock and so on. And he said that I have observed Al Khair work, I have observed your work. Hats off to you. You are basically truly inspiration for us, mashallah. So whatever words he wanted to say, mashallah. But this person, because he was in Cairo, he was in between Cairo and Rafah crossing and like that. He was also involved with the loading and this and that. So subhanallah, this is what has been happening. Earlier, what I was talking about, these people hiring a number of lorries, we spoke to the drivers later on, because this was huge scam happened right in front of us. That they did all the recording and this and that, lorries go, camera switch off, and then lorries come back, remove the banners, and off they go. And I was like numb, completely numb, because I have never heard of this, such a level of scam, forget about basically witnessing it. So we spoke to the drivers that, are you going to Gaza border? Are you going to Rafah crossing? Because we thought, okay, maybe for now they have done the recording, but they have taken these lorries and they will load them later on. So trying to give them benefit of doubt. But the lorry drivers confirmed that they were hired just for that day, for a few hours. So brothers and sisters, and this is kindly reputable organization in UK. And I just want to mention that is not Islamic Relief, so don't think about that I'm referring towards Islamic Relief. I'm not talking about Muslim Aid. I'm not talking about Muslim Hands. I'm not talking about Ummah Welfare Trust, indeed. Yeah. So is some other organization. It's not very old organization in UK, but they are one of the leading organization, mashallah. So while I appreciate the work of everybody working for sake of humanity, I hate when people basically misuse this sector. And, I cannot tolerate that. And I believe that donors need to educate themselves properly, truly, thoroughly, which organization is doing what, how they're delivering, and so on, and then make informed choice, mashallah. A lot of a scam has happened, certain organizations we've been screaming about that they are not delivering properly in UK, based in UK, delivering in different countries but not delivering properly, are coming to public light now after investigations and so on. But we've been talking about it for 5-6 years. There's one organization who sells qurbani for 27 or 28, 29 pound, 30 pound, one qurbani, even in Gaza. While basically one sheep or one goat there is no goat in Gaza, there are sheep. One sheep in Gaza is about 250 pounds. The cheapest cow you can find in Gaza would be around 1,500 pounds. This is before the war. Right now is maybe 4,000 or 5,000 pounds, 3,000, 4,000 pounds right now. So if it is 1,500 pound one cow and you divide by 7, it comes to over 200 pound per share. And this organization been selling, subhanallah, qurbani in Gaza for 27 or 29 pound, 30 pound, whatever. Can't donor think of themselves? Can't donor realize themselves? Allahul Musta'an. So brothers and sisters, it's very, very important that we educate ourselves and subhanallah. So I didn't want to touch on this, but I don't know, for some reason I've been diverted towards this. But anyway, alhamdulillah, our donors have supported amazingly, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone. And alhamdulillah, everybody have such a huge level of confidence in Al Khair Foundation. Not only general public, but partner organizations around the world, and subhanallah, what do you call it, governments and officials, ministries from around the world. Alhamdulillah, the target I mentioned, 27 million pound, alhamdulillah, $27 million have been received already. That is in our account. And this was up to this morning, and obviously at this last moment, things are progressing very swiftly, and a lot more donation coming. And right on the last moment, many organizations wants to transfer before end of Ramadan. Like many donors, many public, they want to give just before Ramadan ends. On last day, they go, you can say, in panic mode. So today will be deciding factor, inshallah, that whether we meet this 30 million target or not. If we meet, alhamdulillah, well and good. If we don't, no issue. The reason no issue is that, if I tell you something, if you look into the pledges, and these are not the pledges basically by individuals or like that who can back off. These are basically signed MOUs, Memorandum of Understandings, or signed agreements with partners or with high-profile businesses and so on. So excluding pledges from general public, talking about basically either businessmen and so on, mashallah, I'm happy to reveal this to you, that our delivery just for Gaza alone, if we include pledges, is expected to cross $50 million, inshallah. So in next couple of weeks or in a month or two, we will cross $50 million just for Gaza alone, mashallah. Now this basically, whether people have donated, these organizations have donated to our UK, or they have donated to our countries, or they have delivered basically through us and so on, mashallah. So all that, if you take into account, subhanallah, $50 million plus worth of aid just for Gaza alone, brothers and sisters. Amazingly, mashallah. Around basically, right now, our UK contribution, I'm estimating right now by possibly by next week or so, to be around $7 million UK donors contribution towards this. But hopefully by Eid al-Adha, our UK contribution to Gaza will cross $10 million. This is our UK donors. And that's excluding partner organizations, mashallah. When you take everything into account from around the world, alhamdulillah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I'm thankful to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that Allah have blessed this organization amazingly, mashallah. So main point to remember, brothers and sisters, that 100% of your donation plus the gift aid will reach people of Gaza, inshallah. Yeah. That's one. And as I said, that any surplus in your donation, we will use that for shelters and tents. Generally speaking, if you have given for food, any surplus should be used for food. We can do that also. If somebody have given for medical, then any surplus should be used towards medical. But Gaza, as whole package, as one package, is entire emergency. They need literally everything. And according to us, our strength in sending aid in Gaza and basically to be able to send this high quality tents in Gaza, that authorities are working on assembling this, mashallah. They're dedicating the areas to us. Inshallah, in coming days you will see the footage of these tents to be taking shape, inshallah, over there. So the footage of tents you see at the moment in our other documentaries is not this tent displayed or basically assembled. Those are separate tents. But this one, once this is assembled, you will realize the quality of this. 17 lorries of our tents have entered into Gaza, mashallah. Nearly, I think, 65 or 85 lorries are on the way. 65 to 85 lorries worth of goods, because it's on the boat and shipping containers and like that. Yeah. So once we put those in lorries, it will be about 65 or 85 lorries. And about another 150 to 200 lorries worth of shelter is under production. Just calculate how many millions of dollars that is, mashallah. That's how big Project Al Khair is. So brothers and sisters, mashallah, we are working tirelessly. And subhanallah, the number of team members we have lost in Gaza, the number of families our staff members have lost in Gaza, the number of injured team members in Gaza we have, the number of basically missing persons or kidnapped people, team members in Gaza, Al Khair has. Apart from UN and UNRWA or UN type of organizations, apart from Red Crescent, there is no other organization who has such a big casualties. So we are not here to bank on this situation. Rather, we are sacrificing, our team members are sacrificing their lives in order to deliver your project. Right? When basically there is matter of life and death, when there is matter of your team members being killed almost on daily basis, being attacked on almost on daily basis, and then someone accuse you or someone doubt you of trying to make money from this, I just say that may Allah protect you and may Allah not make you to go through such situation. Yeah. And I say that if you are wrong in your statement, then may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala destroy you. If we are wrong in our conduct, then may Allah destroy us. Let's make dua both ways, inshallah. I would like to share with you this sad information of one of our team member. This team member, brothers and sisters, he lost his life today. Yes. Osama Mansoor. Can we? Yes, this is the This is our team member in Gaza, Usama Mansoor. He was managing the deliveries. He was receiving gift aid consignments and so on. He took them to warehouse along with other team members. And subhanallah, him and he's not married yet, him and his brother, after basically doing the distribution and so on, they went to their home and see how they're being targeted. Their home is still in Rafah area. That area has not been destroyed yet. So they are not living in tents. They were living in a house with many people in that house. As you know, every house over there is cramped and so on. They were following him. As soon as he entered the house, they dropped missile from the aircraft on his house, killing everybody with few injured people. His brother, who was also with him at that time, is severely injured with no, you can say, access to medical treatments as such. This just happened yesterday evening. We didn't receive this information until this morning. Look at this person, mashallah, such a young, such an enthusiastic person, delivering your aid, delivering your project. Do you think this is something to bank on or to cash on, basically, while we are losing our lives over there? While we are receiving news and information every now and then. You know, our Al-Khair hospital in Gaza, Al-Khair hospital was stormed by Israeli armies about 2 months ago, 3 months ago now. Right. Up to now, we don't know where those doctors and nurses are, unless they were killed within the hospital, of course. But those who were kidnapped, up to now, we don't know. Yeah. And I am trying to encourage people of Gaza to leave from Gaza, to move out of Gaza. Right? They are stubborn. They want to remain there. They want to sacrifice their life for sake of that land. And I'm telling them to move out of Gaza. If you come out, then you will be able to, subhanallah, serve people of Gaza much better from outside. So please, everybody, pray for Osama Mansoor. Subhanallah, he's shaheed, he's been murdered by Israeli forces, not only as a gunshot, but dropping missile on his house as he entered his home after delivering aid of Al-Khair Foundation. This was last night. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless his soul. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless his family members who became shaheed in this tragedy. Anyway, that's life. Basically, there is no safe place in the world. أينما تكونوا يدرككم الموت. Wherever you are, death will come to you. ولو كنتم في بروج مشيدة. Even if you are, even if you are hiding in bunkers, even if you are hiding inside mountains, even if you are hiding in palaces and so on. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward and bless everybody. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept your sacrifice, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, mashallah, I have lots of data that I would like to share with you. Mashallah, there are a number of masajids that I would like to share with you. Mashallah. So, subhanallah, amongst the masajids, East London Mosque stands out. Mashallah, they did huge support to Al-Khair Foundation, huge delivery, mashallah, through them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them. East London Masjid, Baitul Aman Masjid, Islamic Cultural Center, Neasden, mashallah. They donated twice. Masjid Adam, Isa bin Maryam Masjid, I believe in Birmingham, mashallah. Masjid Zakaria, mashallah. Masjid Shah Jalal, Jama Masjid Ismatic, Masjid Naqibul Islam in Birmingham, Masjid Al Falah, mashallah. Baitul Aman Mosque and Cultural Center Limited, Medina Masjid in Kings Heath area, and mashallah Masjid Bilal, Central Mosque of Blackpool, mashallah, Tasneem Jama Masjid, Sulaiman bin Dawood Masjid, mashallah, Faizul Islam Masjid, Epsom Islamic Center, Preston Muslim Cultural Center, Masjid Salihin, Cheadle Masjid, mashallah, organization Willingborough Masjid, Islahul Muslimin. So Willingborough Masjid Islahul Muslimin, mashallah. Bow Common Masjid and Cultural Trust, Dublin City Masjid, mashallah. Jalaliya Jama Masjid, Central Mosque of Blackpool, Darul Huda Masjid, and last but not least, very big project, very big support from Croydon Mosque and Islamic Center, our local masjid here, mashallah. These are the few masajids. I wanted to say a special thank you to them for their contribution and support during Ramadan to Al Khair Foundation. So this is not entire list of Gaza support. This is the masajids that have donated during Ramadan, mashallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward them. At the same time, brothers and sisters, every year we launch a project, one part of appeal, which we call 1,000 for 1,000. 1,000 for 1,000. And we have a dedicated section in that part of the studio where we write basically the names of 1,000 plus donors. What is this appeal, 1,000 for 1,000? What is that? 1,000 for 1,000, brothers and sisters, are those donors or that basically category where basically we expecting 1,000 people during month of Ramadan to donate 1,000 or more pounds, 1,000 pound or more. That is our, mashallah, one of our project. We call it 1,000 for 1,000, mashallah. This Ramadan, we didn't write their names because our focus was on Gaza, and we have written the names of shuhada on our walls here, mashallah. But I just want to update you on this, two things, mashallah. First of all, we were expecting 1,000 people to donate 1,000 pound or more, but that number has reached almost 1,500, 1,500 people, mashallah. Yeah. So much better than expected. And the amount received from these 1,500 people is close to 3.5 million pounds, mashallah. 3.5 million pounds, which is basically almost 40% of total income, 40-50% of total income from UK, mashallah. That is making average donation of 2,300 pound per person. 2,300 pound per person, that is the average donation, mashallah. If I were to read these names, I said to the team when I came in that I would like to read out these names at some occasion before iftar. But come on, reading 1,500 names, 1,500 names, impossible. So we'll see, inshallah, what we can do. Maybe 100 or 200 or whatever we can mention, we'll mention. or we'll see how to do that. But for me to read out 1,500 names, I think I don't mind, but as a viewer, it's going to be not that attractive exercise for you, because you just have to listen to the names only for possibly 20, 30 minutes. So inshallah, we'll see how to tackle this, but may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward and bless all of you. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless everyone, inshallah. Ameen ya Rabbal Alameen. In terms of UK fundraising, mashallah, we have done much better than last year so far, alhamdulillah. And I'm expecting that between 9 to 10 million in terms of dollars, if you convert into dollars, 9 to 10 million dollars would be input from UK community, mashallah. So Jazakumullah khair. This is the amount that has come in, and the amounts and the final calculation, basically where we take into account direct debits and checks posted and so on, and the number inshallah might change inshallah. So brothers and sisters, Jazakumullah khair, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and bless you. Even today, subhanallah, at this moment, people are donating amazingly, mashallah, amazingly. And I'm just trying to refresh the information, mashallah. So far, nearly 200,000 pound donation have come in today without even doing any appeal. So I started this program just maybe half an hour ago, but this 200,000 pounds since morning up to now has come in without doing active appeal, mashallah. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless and reward everyone. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect everyone, inshallah. But let me tell you one thing. When I talk about these numbers is just to pass information to you in reality. You must have noticed one thing this year, that apart from maybe when I was launching the target, apart from that, I haven't announced any, you can say, amounts with great excitement. Right? I haven't announced any amount with great excitement. Why? Because on one hand, yes, you have success. On one hand, you're receiving donations. On one hand, you're having success of sending aid into Gaza. You have your own warehouses. You have basically, mashallah, everything is streamlined. You are possibly number one organization in the world being able to send organization into Gaza. While all those satisfactory things are there, and especially millions of pounds and dollars people donating, but when you look at the losses inside Gaza, and not just basically the general situation that everybody would look at, but when you look at the losses of our team members inside Gaza, then subhanallah, there is nothing to be excited about. That's why whenever I've announced these targets and so on, you might have noticed that I haven't announced with such enthusiasm or excitement as I used to announce last year and so on. So, mashallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward you and bless you.